You are watching YETicket.com with Al McGhee, movie reviews and interviews. This is YETicket.com, YETicket.com, your entertainment ticket.
We are your entertainment ticket, that's right. YETicket.com. We are your entertainment ticket, that's right. YETicket.com. 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 We are your entertainment ticket, that's right. YETicket.com. YETicket.com. YETicket.com.
Look at my style, could it be more glam? Look at my look, can you say hot damn? Look, and at once you know what I am. Me, I'm fabulous, baby. Look at my moves, won't they blow your mind? Drama and talent and sex combined. Hell, you can tell even if you're blind. See, I'm fabulous, baby. I'm meant to be where the spotlight shines. Born to be on display and built to be dressed to the 99s and ready to stand and say, hey, look at me, can't you see I'm fabulous, baby? Look right here, ain't it clear where I'm headed to? And look at the time, honey, I can't stay. Look while you can, 'cause I'm on my way. Me, I'm fabulous, baby. I've got fabulous names.
Yeah, right, sure. Look at you, you're so fabulous, baby.
I'm so fabulous, baby.
No gun, no chances blown. No doubt, girl, you're fabulous.
Well, joke all you want, go ahead and laugh. One day you'll beg for my autograph. Oh, I'm fabulous, baby.
So damn fabulous, baby.
You see me lit up on the stage as the cameras adore me. Can't you see me? I'm walking red carpets and doing TV. Can't you see all my millions of fans screaming desperately for me? I'm a diva, a goddess, a star on the brink. A house rockin' vision in hot shocking pink. A party riot, the whole kitchen sink. It's time for the world to find out, don't you think? Yeah, look at me, can't you see?
Fabulous, baby.
The fabulous baby. Feast your eyes, yeah, disguise my star quality, yeah. So laugh all you want, I won't be denied. What I have got is too hot to hide. I'll be fabulous, baby. So damn fabulous, baby. Fine and fabulous when
Hey, this is Al McGhee with your entertainment ticket. I'm here at the Adrienne Arsht Center, but I'm here with 3 stars from the musical Sister Act. Wow, wait till you see them on stage, but right now you're seeing them with me. Give us your name and your character's name.
Carissa Arrington, Dolores Van Cartier.
My name is Adewanu Ola Wanu Ogunfowora, and I play Tina, a nun, and a fantasy dancer.
My name is Renee Veronica Freeman, and I play Michelle, and I'm a nun in the ensemble.
Well, I saw the show last night. I was thrilled. I had a lot of fun watching it. You know, I really did. But you played the lead character, the lead role, Dolores. Tell us about that.
Oh my goodness, I love this role. It's just so much fun. It's also, I'm following a legacy, Whoopi Goldberg, and so a lot of people, when they come out to the show, they don't know what to expect. And like my colleague said earlier, it's great to surprise the audience and show them what we're all about, and bring a new energy to the character. And so I
You did bring a new energy to the character, because I saw the show before, but man, your energy with this role, and it was so much fun, and also it seems so natural. I mean, you seem like some woman from Philadelphia. I mean, I've been to Philadelphia many times, and you seem like that person in the 70s. And also, you did quote one of my most famous singers that I've ever listened to, Donna Summer. Right.
Well, my inspiration for the role is my aunts. I tell my cast members all the time, my aunts talk about the 70s so much, and they still kind of live back in that time.
What?
And so I love to channel them with Dolores, because, I just feel like they embody the 70s so well. And so it's just a lot of fun.
It sure is. And also, I saw you on stage as the nun singing and things like that. Tell us about your expression, and what do you feel about the play?
I just really enjoy doing it. From the start, it was just an awesome sisterhood that was built. We've been through so much. It's been about 7 months, and doing the show, being on stage with so many other talented people.
You've been with the show for 7 months?
Yeah, about 7 months at this point.
October 14th?
Yep, we opened in Delaware in October, and we've been on the road. We've hit the ground running pretty much. And so being able to be on stage and share such an awesome story with so many awesome people, and having the audience react, it's just so moving, and it gives me so much energy and joy every night that I can't complain, blessed.
I'm sure you are very blessed to be in this show. And tell us about your role and how you feel about the production.
This show has been not only a joy, but it's also been a challenge as an artist, because the singing it's so impactful, and it's so hardcore, and the nun belt that you guys will hear when you come to the show is a very distinct sound, and it's a sound that you're only going to find in a show like Sister Act. So as a singer, to be able to tap into that and figure out how to do that night after night after night, and really to still bring the freshness and bring the authenticity and the instinct, it's so exciting. So it
was exciting.
A wonderful artistic challenge as well.
Oh, I can see the challenge there, especially when you sing Sister Act, the lead song in this. I mean, it was very inspirational. And then when I started listening to the words, how did you feel about that song?
Oh my goodness, it's one of my favorite songs in the show, and a lot of times I have to really work hard to keep my composure, because the message behind it, and I'm glad to hear that you were in tune with what the words were, and what I was saying. Alan Menken, I mean, he's an amazing composer, and he wrote the score for this show, and Sister Act, particularly that song, is just, it's out of this world, and it has such a really deep meaning, and I love for the audience members to get that, and so for me it is definitely a challenge as an artist to act the song without losing my composure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I saw you, and that's what I felt also. In fact, when you sang this song, I said, oh, hey, wait a minute. She talking about Sister Sledge?
Maybe.
Because like I said, I listened to the words. Now, what's your favorite song in the show?
My favorite song, I would have to say, is Raise Your Voice. I love doing, it's a tie between that and Spread the Love, which is the finale, because we get to have everybody, the glitter costumes.
And the boys join.
And the boys get come in. They have their glitter costumes. Yes, right. It's so much fun. But that Raise Your Voice, it's when you first see us coming together and really letting out our expression. I love everything in the show. The music's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, what's your favorite costume in the show?
I feel so sassy in that opening costume when I play Michelle in that little it's a striped kind of leopard print jumpsuit from the 70s
with the bell bottom.
Bell bottoms, and we're bringing you all the sass.
Didn't I have an outfit like that before?
You'd be surprised how many people
You'd be surprised, exactly. It's like, I remember those jumpsuits. Yep. Yeah, so that one for me is it's so sassy. So I just like it.
You all really captures this show, and this show is very fun. Now, when you first heard that you had an audition for it, how did you feel?
Oh my goodness, I felt overwhelmed almost, because for me, I auditioned at the open call, and I ended up getting a call back.
Yeah, open call.
Yeah, I went to the open call audition in New York City, and then they called me back a few times. And so when I found out that, the one that really got me was when I found out that Jerry Zaks and all the, some of the creatives would be at the actual final audition. and I was very overwhelmed because, these are big people, and so it was definitely an honor. And in just doing that and having that experience for me was just really great.
And you?
Well, my initial audition wasn't really an audition. I was just going to sing in a class with my fellow colleague, who I actually graduated with from school, Nicholas Alexander Rodriguez.
What school?
Montclair State University in Upper Montclair, New Jersey. And we were just singing in a class, and the casting director just happened to be the one who was casting for the show. And he was like, "Oh, I love you guys. Come in." And we were just like, really? And he was just like, yeah, come in. And so from there, he was just, his name is Jay Bender with Bender Casting, and he just led us the entire way. Him and his team. It made it so fun.
That is exciting. You can write a story behind that one.
I hope so.
And you?
I had 5 auditions for the show, and I went into Jay Bender casting for my first one. And I actually had never auditioned for him in particular, but he's also kind of an icon in our industry, so it was really exciting and nerve-wracking at the same time to do it. And it was just a fun process all the way around. I just got to go in and play, and when I got to perform for Jerry Zaks for the final audition, it was really exciting because I'd never had this happen to me before. But he stood up from behind the table, he came up to me, grabbed my face, and said, "You are so good." And I freaked out. I was like, this is Jerry Zaks. So I thought, okay, I might get this job. So
There is so much I can talk to you about because I'm so excited about the show. I'm also so excited about you talented young ladies, but we got to move on.
Yeah.
I want to thank you,
Thank you
for
so
coming,
much.
taking time with me, your entertainment ticket, but also showing us your talent that you have and exposing it to the world.
Thank you.
Wow, I really appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Hey, this is Al McGhee. I'm here at the Adrienne Arsht Center, but I'm here with 2 stars of the fabulous musical Sister Act. It was fun, but these 2 guys made it much more exciting. Tell us your name.
Lawrence Dandridge,
And your part was?
TJ.
Oh, yeah, the nephew. And you?
Nicholas Alexander Rodriguez,
And your part was?
Pablo.
Pablo, the Hispanic guy in Philadelphia in the 70s. I found that so amazing. First of all, tell us about your audition and how you feel about this musical.
My audition took place a little around this time a year ago, and I actually wasn't gonna audition. I really didn't have any plans on auditioning, and I was
Have
supporting.
you ever seen the show before?
I did. I seen the show when it was on Broadway with Raven, and one of my friends wanted to audition, and he's not an auditioner. So I was like, well, okay, I'll come with you. And since I was there, I was like, okay, well, I'll audition too. And I got a call back, and he didn't.
Uh-oh, was he jealous?
I don't know. That's a good question. But then after that, I went through the series of callbacks, and I auditioned for
One of the
the.
young ladies told me she auditioned like 5 times.
Yeah. I had 5 callbacks altogether, and then after my final one with like all of the producers and Jerry Zaks, who's the director, and like a couple days after that, I got a call from Jay Bender, who is the casting director, saying that they want to offer me the role. And I'm like, okay.
And you said, wow, finally a real paycheck, right?
Okay. Absolutely.
Did you go through the same changes too?
Mine was a little bit different. I definitely went through the same amount of callbacks, about 5, but I actually took a master class with the casting director, Jay Binder.
Mhm.
So I took the master class through one of my vocal coaches, and in the master class, I remember like auditioning for him, and he's like, what can I do with you? He's like, oh, well, there's that Hispanic part in Sister Act. So then I got a call a couple days later to come in and audition, went through about 5 callbacks, and then I got a call on like Monday afternoon. I was actually having lunch with my mom.
Uh-oh.
So, yeah, she was very happy.
I'm sure she was. Finally, you can pay some rent.
Well, the school loans, right?
Yeah, right. Well, we stand in front of some of these costumes, and I knew you guys had to put on a sister costume throughout the show because you're chasing Dolores. Well, tell us a little bit more about your part.
Well, the 2 of us, we play the thugs, who are basically like the Goonies for Curtis, who's the bad guy. And basically, throughout the entire show, we spend a nice amount of time trying to find Dolores.
Oh, yeah.
And once we finally discover that she's in the convent, we have this brilliant idea that we're going to break in and get her, but in doing so, we decide we have to pose as nuns to do that. So there's this big like chase sequence in Act 2 where the 3 thugs are like running around in habits and trying to find Dolores, and one by one we all get knocked out, and it's an epic fail. But
Man, your song about trying to get a nun. Tell us a little bit about that, and also the moves that you had, and they were very good.
Oh, well, thank you. The thugs like to think that they're very smooth. So I hope that the audience saw that too. Each of the thugs have their own, their own essence that they think is going to be the best way to get a nun or to get the lady in the long black dress. Like TJ tells Joey, who thinks that he knows how to talk to a lady, that's no way to talk to a lady. What's the line? Yeah. And then he's like, this is how you talk to a lady. And he sings really good. He does a couple of his own moves. And then all the thugs join in. Is like, yeah, that's kind of like, that's how we're going to get him. We're going to show him our moves. And Pablo, then he does his own thing. And he's like, I remember our director always saying that Pablo's the bullfighter. He's like very serious, but then he busts out his own like Hispanic salsa thing.
And the women in the audience, they say, ooh.
Well, back then the falsetto was very popular, very like the Bee Gees type thing.
Right. Well, the audience members really enjoyed that. And then when you were talking to your uncle, the gangster, there was a little kid behind me. You really convinced this little kid that you were the nephew, because he said, that gangster's an uncle?
yeah.
That was very convincing.
Me and the guy that plays Curtis, Kobe Kendall, he and I like off stage are really close, and he's one of my best friends on tour. So on stage, it's just easy for us to have this banter and this energy. That's like, he's basically my uncle, and
the chemistry within the cast is great.
Y'all been together about 7 months then, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Now, yeah. And everyone's awesome. We all have, like he was saying, like we all have the family type relationship off stage. So even though like on stage he calls him uncle, he's very much like our Uncle Colby. Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that. I really am.
We actually like each other.
It really showed on stage. It really did, because you all worked together. You all did everything you're supposed to do there, and you all were smiling and having fun. Yeah. That's one thing I enjoyed. Yeah.
The best, I think, the ending at the end of the show, when we have the reprise and the finale, and we're dancing on stage. The best part is when we see the audience start to join in and start clapping their hands. I think one lady was like waving her arms back and forth in the audience. It was awesome.
I saw that. Well, I would love to talk more and more about Sister Act, but come see it. You will have more fun. Watch these two gentlemen on stage, and you will laugh, and you will say, get them, because they are the bad guys. I'm Al McGhee, and this
Lawrence Dandridge,
Nicholas Alexander Rodriguez,
and Sister Act here at the Adrienne Arsht Center here in Miami. And I'm Al McGhee with your entertainment ticket. Hey, this is Al McGhee. I'm here at the Adrienne Arsht Center, but I'm here with two fabulous young ladies. They're in a very special musical, which I really enjoy, called Sister Act. Give us your name.
Hi, I'm Sarah Michelle Cook.
And what part did you play?
I play Sister Mary Patrick.
Ooh.
I'm Emily K. Schrader, and I play Sister Mary Robert.
I saw the play, the musical. I saw fun. I saw energy. First of all, tell us about your part.
Well, I play Sister Mary Robert. She's a postulant, so she's not technically a full-fledged nun yet. She's very shy and timid at the beginning of the show, and through the help of Dolores, Sister Mary Clarence, she kind of learns to find her voice and come out of her shell.
Yeah, that's what happened. I saw you change in the play, and wow, that really opened up. And tell us about your part.
Well, I play Sister Mary Patrick, who is kind of the exact opposite of Sister Mary Robert.
Yes, you are.
She's high energy. She's fun. She loves everything about being a nun. She even wears her nun clothes to bed. She loves.
That's right.
And she's just so excited for Sister Mary Clarence to come into the convent and to make a new friend and to learn how to sing. And she's just happy about everything.
Well, I really enjoyed the show. The show was full of energy and things like that. But before the show, and what did you know about the show before you auditioned for the show?
Well, I had seen the show on Broadway once or twice with my family, and we all really loved it. We all fell in love with it. So I had actually been hoping to audition for some production of it in the future. So I'm a big fan.
And when I heard you singing, I said to myself, I bet she got a big background in training for musical theater, right?
That's right. I started musicals probably when I was age 7, and I went to Marymount Manhattan College and studied musical theater.
What about you? Did you study also?
I did. I started musical theater. I grew up with music.
Who didn't in America, right?
Well, I grew up singing in church, and it's kind of come full circle because now I'm singing in the convent. But yes, I did go to California State University, Chico.
Ooh, okay.
And I studied musical theater there. And
It really showed. And now you're living your dreams of being on Broadway or being in a Broadway production and things like that. How you feel about that?
it's a dream come true. It really is. It's unbelievable every night, just to see the audience out there having such a good time and getting to make them laugh and just bringing them joy every night is really, it's truly a dream.
Well, you brought me some joy. Now, how was it working with the director?
Oh, it was amazing. I mean, we got to work with most of the original creative production team in New York City. So that's amazing to get to work with people who have seen it come from the very beginning workshops all the way to Broadway and now many tours. So,
wow. I mean, I got excited seeing this show, and it was fun watching the show. I want to thank you very much. I really enjoyed the show. I really enjoyed your part.
Thank you very much.
Oh, man, it was very exciting. And make sure you come see Sister Act here at the Adrienne Arsht Center, but also see these two wonderful performers in it, because they really thrilled me. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Daryl Wagner. I'm the wardrobe supervisor for Sister Act. We travel with costumes for 28 people, playing 136 different looks in the show. And everything ranges from the basic nun costumes, which are your standard black and white set, to our Dolores coming into the world with a little bit of sparkle. And as she affects the world of these nuns in teaching them to raise their voice, everything gets more colorful and more sparkly and bigger and broader. And so what I've brought is the basic nun, which shows you how simple it is. These are built in London, and they are made as traditional nuns' costumes. They are actually not a theater version, except for, of course, snaps, Velcro, and so on. The priests wear traditional garb, and as we go, we end up with even the altar boys becoming more and more showy and sparkly, till eventually Dolores comes from here to her dream of the white fox fur and the white sequin gown that she loves from Donna Summer in 1977.
Can you bring it up, please?
Sure.
Thank you.
This is her finale dress. And then the shoes to match. And we have an assistant that focuses primarily on Dolores and maintains all of the rhinestone work, makes sure that all of the shoes have the right stones and so on. We travel with our primary Dolores, which was Carissa, and we have 2 understudies. So we actually have 3 sets of all of these things. So we have 3 sets of shoes, 3 sets of gowns. So not only do we have the 28 people that do 136 different looks, but we have the duplicates and the extras for doing all of the understudies and all of the swings. And my job is to make sure that everything looks as fresh as it can every day so that the audience sees it as an opening night in every city. These are the finale costumes. So the nuns go from plain black and white to full sequin garb with the angel wings and habits, tabards, veils, everything.
Can you turn it around so we see the front? I remember that was pretty dynamic.
The front, the tabards. And in order for me to keep my sanity, you'll notice that everything has a number and a name, including the socks. Everything is labeled so that we make sure everybody gets the right stuff.
Who does the laundry?
We do. I work with in every city, we hire 8 people. So one person is doing laundry and 7 dressers. So I have 7 dressers that I have to teach to do all of the quick changes. Most of the changes happen in the last 15 minutes of the show. The fastest Dolores change is 40 seconds. We get her out of her finale gown and into her bow gown. There are 4 people working on her, and we have 40 seconds to do habit, shoes, wig, makeup, jewelry, and into the gown, the fur, the shoes, and another wig.
Wow, incredible.
Any other questions?
How much the whole costume, how much does it weigh?
It weighs 34 pounds. But we travel with, excuse me.
By 10.
We travel with a personal trainer who deals with nun neck, because the veils and everything are so heavy, and because of these sleeves, the girls have to do this, and they're wearing yards of silver sequins that they stress their necks. And so we travel with a personal trainer who works on nun neck.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. And we have amazing young ladies who do this, 8 shows a week.
How many pairs of shoes, you said?
We have 136 different looks. Everybody has between 2 and 9 different looks, each of these people, each of these characters. At one point in the show, there are 10 dressers changing 20 people in 2.5 minutes.
It's incredible. Thank you.
Thank you.
You are watching YETicket.com with Al McGhee, movie reviews and interviews. This is YETicket.com, YETicket.com, your entertainment ticket.
We are your entertainment ticket, that's right. YETicket.com. We are your entertainment ticket, that's right. YETicket.com. 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 We are your entertainment ticket, that's right. YETicket.com. YETicket.com.